Hello and welcome back to Captain of Industry. So as always, just a little warning that this video has been recorded pretty far in advance of the videos up on the channel. So this would be episode 25, I think, and episode 21 went live yesterday. So we're about 4 videos ahead. So just a fair warning, if you've made any comments, I might not have seen them. I do apologise. But that being said, what have we got going on today? Well, we have not a water problem, but we want to make sure we have enough water coming into the system. We did pipe in this water source here, down here, which has definitely helped. This was below 5,000 for quite a lot of time. It's now slowly refilling as it rains. But we do have 2 other water sources, just the 2, I think, that we have quite readily available. These 2 here. So it might be worth putting down some pumps on those and then at least piping those over to here just to help, because that's already used 2,500 of its water. So that's probably not a bad thing. Oil wise, we have this one here on about 5,500, which is currently disabled. That's kind of like our emergency store. This one here, which is feeding into the oil refinery, which is down to about 6,000 already. We do obviously have this ship here bringing in oil as well, but it doesn't seem to be able to quite keep up demand, which is why that is down to 6,000 over there. In terms of this wonderful, beautiful refinery, we were hoping it would start filling up with, what's this one here? Fertilizer 1. Okay, that might be a problem. So we're full of fertilizer 1, and if we are full of fertilizer 1, this will stop running, which will stop doing the ammonia, which will stop back this one up, and it will stop processing the sulfur. So we need to do something about that, and the easiest thing is probably to belt the fertilizer 1 over here as well, and maybe plug it in about here, or at least put a balancer in here, because this is currently empty. So if we put a balancer in here and say, if you've got fertilizer 1, put it in. The problem with that being, let's say we have a little bit of fertilizer 2 in the pipes, and the fertilizer 2 goes into the field and gets full, and then we have fertilizer 1 trying to come in because the fertilizer 2 has ran out of this one. The fertilizer 1 wouldn't be able to get onto this pipe or this pipe because there is other fluid in it. But that might be, while we are running low on fertilizer 1, that might be an idea. Of course, the other thing, what do we have here? Oh, that was the household goods. We're not really looking at those. The exhaust scrubber, that is the main thing. So we want to get exhaust scrubbing up and running, because I say that's the main thing. We do also need to deal with the fertilizer 1 situation, because that is a problem for us. Do I just plug it in here for now and just see how we go? We could also... Do we want to plug the fertilizer 1 back into the system? This makes 45. We probably want to plug it back into the system, so when we do start running these again and changing this balancer, we are able to use what we have. So if we wanted to do that, fertilizer 1 is here. So if we piped up, let's have a little look. So let's get a Mark II pipe. We're going to come out of here. We are going to come... We're going to come up to height... no, we're not. We're going to come out 1 tile. And then we're going to come around at height 4. We're going to come under these to come to here. We're going to follow this one. What's been transport not found? It's because I had the magnet on, isn't it? Yes. That went too far. So we're going to come along here. We're going to come to... here, because that's the closest we can get. And then if we come over here and then come up to height 5, And then come over to here. Come over here. And then plug in here. So we're going to do that. But before we do that, we actually want to change this. So we want to get rid of that bit. We want a balancer. We want a fluid balancer. Would probably be the most useful. We're going to pop that there. We're going to get a Mark II pipe. Plug it in there and there. Then we are going to plug this into there. And we're going to get rid of that. So we're going to prioritize that output. If you can send fertilizer 1 along that pipe into that system, excellent, do so. Let's unpause, 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 and make sure that is unpaused all the way to the end, which it is. Okay. So we will try to push fertilizer 1 back into the system, and it will create this lovely little loop. If this pipe is full, because this pipe is full all the way back here, which it is, so it will not be able to pump any of that way, in which case we will take a Mark II pipe. We will come out of here. We will struggle to find somewhere it will fit. So we're going to bring that back down to height 1. We're going to pop that there. We're going to come along to here. And then we're going to come along to height 4 there. And we are going to attempt to follow this one along all the way. And it struggled there. Why did you struggle there? Ah, because we've hit that pipe. In which case we need to come out. Can we go here at height 5? We're still following this pipe. We're still following this pipe. But we could have gone underneath it again at some point, but it's fine. We're going to come along to here. We're going to go down to height 3. We're going to go to here and to here. It's going to take a bit of a silly route, but it is what it is. We're going to come along to here. Can't go across there because of those. So if we go to here and then to here. And then we need to come over to here, up to height 4. To about here. At this point, I'm going to delete this. We are going to get another pipe balancer, which we're going to plug in. We're going to Unity this, which we're going to plug in. Here. We're going to delete this bit of pipe, which we're going to Unity away. Yes, please. Yes, please. And then we're going to turn the magnet back on. Hello. Hello. Yep, there we go. Thank you. Going to plug that one in there. This one we're going to delete that little bit of pipe. Plug that one in there. We're going to tell it to use that as a priority in. And then this, we're going to plug in there. So if we can, not Unity, let's just unpause, 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 unpause. And also unpause, and I just paused that pipe. Let's unpause that pipe. Make sure that pipe is not paused and I didn't hit the wrong thing. Yes. So now we have fertilizer 1 coming in, and it will try to prioritize fertilizer 2 if we have it. We'll have to see how that goes. We are done loading for the damaged cargo ship, so you may as well... nope, stop. Has it just messed it all up? Okay. Go. Off you go. Could not store vegetables, that's fine. Trucks are struggling to find a destination they can reach. That's just because their dumping designations are getting a little bit crowded. So we will quite simply just say, just carry on along here for now. That should solve that. Pillar may collapse due to uneven terrain. That's this pipe here. We have already broken a little bit off there. So let's get rid of that. Get rid of that. And get rid of... Do you know what? Just get rid of all of it. No, let's not get rid of all of it, because we're not going to have issues with all that. Let's unity that. You can go in... What on earth happened there? There we go. And you... go up there first, and we'll try to avoid having problems there, and we will unity build those, and then we'll watch to see these pillars also start to collapse. But hey ho, it is what it is. Trucks struggling to find a destination they can reach. What is it you're trying to pause? What are you trying to reach? That coal bucket. Why? When we have coal that should be accessible there. Let's put that up to 60, because that is one max load. Oh, they're trying to export coal. Yeah, don't. Wait, no, we want them to export coal. Do we? Probably. We do, because we need coal for these buckets. So we're sort of relying on this bucket being filled. Yeah, okay. So if we're using too much coal, trucks can't get there to pick up any of that coal. We might want to bring a little belt out maybe and just feed like a feeder bucket over here. I don't know, we'll see how that goes. Anyway, that should be solved now. The cargo ship's off. So we have water and exhaust we care about. Let's just check this. This is going down now. That's excellent. I'm imagining this pipe is filled. Yes, it is. It is also then going to try and pump that fertilizer one back into itself. But yeah, it is what it is. So let's look at water next. So let's just copy this. Let's look for water. So we have some water over here. So let's build on the flat bit in case we want to use that at some point. Let's get all of that unpaused because we cannot unity water. And we're trying to get over there. I don't want to go over the ramp. So let's see if we can get over this mountain. And then if we come along, let's just come along here. You can't get down here? You can go down there. And then you just plug into there. Excellent. Let's unity that if we can, just to save our trucks a little bit of delivering. And then... So someone said there was a way of getting back your last copied blueprint, and that is Control V brings up your last copied blueprint, which is a wonderful little thing to know. I cannot remember who told me that, but thank you very much. So let's come over here. Let's pop this one down. I want it a little bit out of the way because there is a gold deposit there. I think it's gold. Looks gold. It's gold. So let's unpause all of those. Let's grab this pipe. Bring that straight up to height 3. Trees are going to be in the way. Height 3 I said. Height 5. And then you can plug just into this one. And if we can unity that, at least that pipe's built, saves the trucks. So that's a little bit of extra water that's going to come in just to bolster this system. This water over here, I don't think we're too worried about yet, no. But if needs be, we can just come off of this pipe and bring water down here to bolster that. Do we want to worry about the oil yet? I don't think so. I think we're okay. I would love to start seeing these fill up. I'm still hopeful that it's just like priming the system still. It's just still trying to get everything built. But of course, as soon as we use any diesel, these all kick in to make more diesel. So we're not making the hydrogen and the fuel gas we are using all of to go into these. So we're not gathering any fuel gas either. So we'll just see how we go. We'll see how we go. So exhaust scrubbers are next. I don't think... No compatible sort for mixed cargo. Oh, because you picked up some waste. No idea where from. Just put that in a... Yeah, put that in the dock. Whatever, we'll deal with that later. Don't know how you managed to get that. Because we can't build this unless we have a good source of fuel gas and or hydrogen. And I do want that because I want the extra concrete parts. But we are filling up with parts slowly. I mean, pretty slowly. I suppose we're using all the parts now, aren't we? That's the... The other thing we have is no research. So let's look at research. So we do also need to do the water waste treatment. We've got the plastic and the electronics. I don't think we can even make this until we have researched that. So let's get fermentation and the hospital done. Let's also do the chicken farm, which we can also queue up. Let's get the recycling edict. And then I suppose we'll get gold smelting. Oh, it's snacks production. Why not? What does snacks need? Cooking oil, salt, and corn or potatoes. Where do we get cooking oil? From soybeans or canola. We haven't found canola yet. So let's just do that, and if we get through all of those, we'll do those two again. The other thing we want to do, we do have something else to the oil rig. Let's load that up. Then we want to think about maybe upgrading our ship. Have you picked up more waste? I genuinely don't know where you're getting waste from. There shouldn't be any waste over there. So we're just going to do that again. No idea what's happening there. No idea what's happening there. Yeah, this is what we want to focus on. This is what we want to focus on. So we have these. We are going to need more than one of these, and we're going to have to try and figure out how we're going to align them. So they produce 48 low steam carbon dioxide, which comes out of there, sulfur and slag. They take limestone in. And are those the inputs over there? They also need water and obviously the exhaust as well. So what did I say we had in terms of exhaust? I said we had about 500 over here, and a Mark III pipe can carry 450. So if we assume one 450 pipe will be able to somehow deal with all that, because it won't all be running at the same time. It's a crazy assumption. It's a crazy assumption. Plus, we're going to have another probably Mark III pipe coming from this. We're going to have two Mark III pipes coming in, which can do, what did I say? 450, and they do 480. So if we get a balancer in, just pop a balancer down here. I think I want them going that way. So if we put this here, and this here, so we're going to have 2 inputs. So let's flip them around so we know they're inputs. Or in fact, do we want... Are we going to future-proof this? Because why am I bothering with the pipe balancer? Don't know. But if we wanted to future-proof it, we would probably want a couple more. So what would we want then? We could just plug all of the pipes into here. And then have this coming up here. Do we want that? So what this will do, I suppose, at least, will be if this pipe's full and this pipe's full, it'll at least split the load between all of them. Okay, I think that's what we want to do. Let's build the limestone belt. Let's think about the fact that's going to be in the way of this. Oh, it can just pop up and over. Lovely. Let's bring this one out as well, and then this one out as well before we start putting any more pipes in. Okay, and then we have some slag coming out, which we can send up here. Okay. Not ideal, but okay. We also have CO2 coming out. No, I don't like that, and I don't think I like that. I don't know what we're going to do differently, but I don't think I like it. The CO... what are we going to do differently? Because that needs limestone coming in. Okay, hang on a second then. This is more complex than I thought it was going to be. Water resources getting low, so that is these ones here. That is down to 5,800. We do also have, obviously, the water coming in from these sources, but it is only prioritizing water coming in from these. The rest of it gets balanced equally. But it's fine. It's raining as well, which is going to fill up that resource as we're going. What's the nicest way to build this? What if we have it so that all the CO2s are close to each other? So sort of like that. Because it outputs 192 CO2, and a large smokestack can deal with 900 CO2, which is about right. Do we want to move that up one so that's in line? No, we don't, because we want the space for the belts. That's fine. So they are all Mark 3s. They shouldn't be. They should be Mark 2s. And if you're going to align yourself that way, I want you to align yourself that way. Okay. So that would be all the CO2. We have 48 low-powered steam, which means we could power up to 8 low-pressure turbines, which is quite a lot of low-pressure turbines. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Each of those produces 3 mechanical watts, which is one of these. So we'd need 1, 2, 3, nope, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Which means we probably also need a good number of flywheels, but we are now running out of room on that side. I wish you could bend these. You probably want at least 4 flywheels. Let's just move this all down a little bit so it's out of the way. So I think we're going to stick with this design at the moment. Let's get rid of that. How much did they produce? 48. So 1 Mark II pipe is going to be enough to handle that. And they come at level 1. So if we go... up to level 1, bring that there. Bring that there. We're going to struggle to fit this other one in, but I suppose we can do that and do... Oh no, what we could do, of course, is if we get rid of that. We could do that. Just a little bit neater. Okay. So that's the CO2 and the low power steam taken care of. We then have the inputs. How do we want to deal with the... Well, let's deal with the belts first, because belts are more awkward. So we have limestone coming in. We need 9 limestone. So not a lot. That's fine. That is on a loose belt, isn't it? Pretty sure. Yes. Struggling to find destinations they can reach, so they've run out of stuff to mine. Let's deal with that ever so quickly. There is still coal in them there hills. So if we come from here... Okay, if we get rid of that and then bring this down to height 1 and then go back into it and then flatten and say all of that's going to be -1 and that and that. Nope, it's not doing it. Oh, you. Wait, no, we're only at level 0. We only need to go to 0. Let's not start going crazy. Let's not start going crazy. So at 0, that's done it at an angle. Sometimes this is very frustrating. Why are you doing that? I don't want you to be at an angle. Oh, and I keep pressing the wrong button. There we go. So I want you to come down here at 0. You can do this. This. I want to leave a little bit of space just to make sure we're not messing around with the ramps too much to start with. So we tell them to do that for now. That should be fine. Excellent. Right, where were we? Limestone. Make sure that connects to there. And then make sure, yep, they are flowing the right way. And then we'll connect those up somewhere. We then have slag and sulfur. So if we're assuming it is going to... Oh no, we need this in as well. But we're going to do these first. That's fine. So how much of this do we make each? 9 slag, 12 sulfur, 4 of them. It's enough for belts. So if we bring the slag over here... and then the sulfur in the middle, like that. And we'll worry about combining them at some other point, as in the two slag belts. The sulfur we need to come around, so I think we're going to have to say these are going to be the ones which go up to height 1. Like that. And then this we're going to take back to there. We're going to bring this to here. Bring this up to height 1 at this point. And then back down. And then we want to get rid of these and do what I asked you to do. So height 1 and height 1. And then if we get rid of that little nubbin and bring that into there. So that is the sulfur. So then that sulfur belt will plug into there somewhere. Does that mean we want the slag going in a different direction? Quite possibly we do, yes. So if we took these back to here and then said, in fact, we want to take them back another 1. Obviously, not what I wanted you to do. Like that. And then we wanted to get this to connect to this. Or to connect to this. Like that. So now we have the slag coming out here. We have the sulfur coming out here and the limestone going in here. Now, knowing that this is going to want to go up over there, let's immediately bring this up to height 1. And then connect this. I want you to connect there. Why are you refusing to connect there? Okay, go there for now. There we go. Okay. Then we need water in, which is going to come from here. So the water's likely to come up this way, as is the exhaust. We need 48 water per device. So we are going to need a fluid. No available place to dump products. You have all got yourselves stuck by being stupid. Should have asked them to all leave the mine first, but they all managed it before. And that is fine, isn't it? It's 4 there, 3, 2, 1, 0. Yeah, it's fine. It's just that they... Oh, it's literally because of that, isn't it? So let's do that, and that should be able to sort themselves out. Okay. Water resource is getting low, but it's raining again. These trucks are stuck, but let's see if the diggers make their way back over and sort that out for us. No available place to dump products, on the other hand. Even though they're both empty. It might just be because they're stuck. So because they're stuck, it's saying it can't dump products. So let's just watch these. They should... yeah, start digging from there. Fine. I'm sure that'll sort itself out. It's not a problem. We are researching. That is awesome. So, where were we? Water. So, we wanted pipes. So, we want water to come here, because that's the closest place it will fit through. Okay, so we're going to bring water in to... I suppose what we want to do is the Mark II first. So we're going to bring water... or saying that, we could always bring it up, couldn't we? Yeah, let's do that. So water's going to come here. This only needs to be a Mark I pipe. Same thing over here. A Mark II goes from there up to height 5 there. And then... we'll bring that one along there. A Mark I pipe from there up to height 5. Plugs into there. So that is the water taken care of. And then we need the exhaust. So, do I want a balancer? We're probably going to want one at some point, aren't we? And we're going to have at least 2 inputs flipped around the other way. Potentially 4 inputs. So then if we bring this over to height 4, plug that in there. And then this up to height 3. Which I won't do because that pipe's in the way, because I should have done the height 3 go in there. Okay, yeah. Live and learn, live and learn. So this is going to be the height 4. It is going to come... we're going to turn the magnet off. It's going to come here. It's going to go under there. It's going to go over here. It's going to plug into there. This one is going to come at height 3 over to here, over to here, and plug into there. And then we want the same thing over here. So this one up to height 4, over here, over here, into there. And this one at height 3, over to here. I mean, we were so close. Over to height 3 and into there. Okay. That, I think, is everything we need. Obviously, we just need input for it, and we need to decide where it's going to live. So I'm thinking, we also need to do something about the power as well. I probably should have brought the power out the other way, because I think we're going to want to put this up alongside this and just redo some of that pipe work, which again is a dangerous time. So maybe we'll do that. I can't quite decide. So we know the sulfur is up about there. The limestone is there. So let's put it... I feel like we might as well put it like here. As long as the trucks can get to the wood storage, that's all that really matters. So this is the sulfur belt. This one needs to come in over there. Like that. Why? I've just noticed that that is not built. There we go. Now we'll have sulfur coming into here, limestone coming into here, although we don't necessarily need it. So that is going to be our sulfur belt. It's going to go into the sulfur system, feed around, and hopefully start filling up, is the idea. We then need limestone. So limestone is going to come from here. We're going to bring that up to level 1 and over to here and up to there. And then we need to connect this to this. It's a tad messy, but it works. Water is going to come off of somewhere. So this water doesn't look like it's being used very much. That's diesel. That water looks like it's being used more. So let's come off of this one at a height of 5. Connect you into there. So that's water. Slag is just going to go to a slag box. We're just going to want loose storage. We're going to build this about here. It is going to be for... Nope. It is going to be for slag. We want you to be kept empty. This can go into there. Excellent. I don't know why I've ended up with those, but we can get rid of those. There is a disconnected thing in there somewhere. Ah, that's the steam out, isn't it, that I have blocked off. That's fine. So let's delete that nubbin and bring that out to there. Okay. So we have the slag, we have the sulfur, we have the limestone input, we have the carbon dioxide, we have the water, so we just need to get the steam dealt with. Now, do we want to plug it into a bunch of generators right now, or for now, do we just punch it into a bunch of water reclamation? Because we don't need this at the moment. It is also massive. So we could... this is all a mess. This all needs to be redone, but I can't really do that without having an alternate power source, which maybe is this. I don't know. Let's just do water reclamation for now. So it produces 48 low steam into water, cooling towers. So we need 2 cooling towers. Which have hopefully not blocked access to that. And then this is going to come here. I suppose let's just do that. They take not a lot. Oh wait, no, they take 24. They do 4. So I need more than that. If I need more than that, let's not put them there. Let's put them over here next to this one. And then, is it going to build a little thing straight away? It's not, is it? Okay, so let's get pipe connector. 1, 2. Let's get a pipe Mark II. Connect that to there. And that to there. And then delete that, and then flip that around. Then we have the water, which is going to go into the two side ones are the priority ins. So if we come into this one here or this one here, if we come into this one, we might want to think about grading that to let's come out of this one first. So in fact, we only need to really plug into that, don't we? Yes. And then pipe 1 into there. They make 12 water. I don't really need the Mark II pipe, did we? Into there. And then we just need to get the exhaust in. That's going to be painful. Let's start getting this built though. So I think we're only going to need 2 of these to start. So we're going to need 2 of these. We're going to need that pipe, that pipe. We're going to need those pipes. We're going to need those pipes in the middle because for some reason I built the 2 on that side. We're going to want, yeah, all of that. That's fine. Let's just do all the pipes. And all the belts. And that. So that should be all of that. Then we're going to need 2 of these. Let's pick those 2, because why not? And then we can start thinking about how we're going to belt all of that, or pipe all of that into our exhaust. Now this side is quite easy, because rather helpfully, one of these pipes somewhere. So we have 3 inputs. It doesn't tell you there. We have another one there as well. Stop it. That comes off of this one, which is slightly annoying. So I was hoping we'd just have like one exhaust pipe going in here and we could just feed off it, but that is not the case. So I think all these dark ones are exhaust, and this one must be the one connected to the hydrogen burners, which are, no. So that's exhaust, that's exhaust, that's exhaust, that's the depleted steam. The depleted steam goes this way. Wait, what? No, that's the steam. Well, that makes CO2, so I don't want the CO2 either. Exhaust, CO2. These ones are the depleted steam. And that depleted steam goes into here. So yeah, this pale one is depleted steam. We don't want to touch that. This one is CO2, which is this one. We don't want to touch that either. Why is it also awkward? These are exhaust. I really thought this was going to be so much easier. So this one here. Which we're going to want to upgrade at some point. So that pipe there is exhaust. This pipe here is exhaust. The exhaust comes out of here, goes into this pipe. So this can connect into there. So that's those ones and those ones. These ones are CO2, don't worry about it. These ones are depleted steam. We've only got 3 CO2 ones. It's because I built them in a weird order, I see. And then these are exhaust. Let's just make sure. These are definitely exhaust. Which goes into this. Which goes into this pipe. That one goes down there, but more importantly, it goes there. So we could take that and plug it into there. These are also exhaust. These have a connector somewhere that I just saw. I don't think those are really bad. Oh, they have been. Okay, let's this thing's about doing this quick. So if we get rid of that, unity that, in your own time game, and then come off of there and go into fine there, wherever. We'll have to think about upgrading some of these at some point as well. But that's all of the exhaust from these over here. So then we can take this at a height of 5, turn that off, plug that into there, and then unity that, and then upgrade that and unity it, and we'll see how that goes. It'll probably be fine for now because there's probably not a vast amount of exhaust because we only have like 3 or 4 of these running at a time. If we have 4, a Mark II pipe is not enough, however, so let's actually upgrade that as well, just in case. And with that done, and hopefully seeing these running, that's because they need so much exhaust until they kick in, but the exhaust is getting there, which is the main thing. So at that point, we don't need that. We do not need that. We do not need that. And we do not need... Wait, did that exhaust go anywhere? Can we just unity all of that? Thank you. So this one goes into here, goes to here. I must have already got it somewhere. So now we should just have 2 pipes connected to this. One of them is going to be carbon dioxide. And the other one... We've only got 1 pipe connected. Oh, because the depleter steam goes in there. Okay, yeah, that's fine. That looks like that is now all connected up. So the exhaust will go into these until it is filled up 480, and then it will start doing stuff with that. Excellent. Obviously we don't have a lot of exhaust coming in, which is why they're not currently running, but it is there. Sweet. Oh, we're going to need to get the rest of this built before that's going to run, but we're getting there, we're getting there. It's almost been an hour already, and I've done this. Let's... This is horrible. So these each output 36. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We've got 10 at the moment. That's 360. We can do the maths. Pipe 3 will currently handle that. But then we need to fit a pipe 3 in here. So if we start from here. At some point there's a little branch off because they have to go down to the bits as well. We can look at that in a second. Honestly, that fits significantly better than I thought it was going to. So if we come to this side, over to here. Yes. Into there. Into there. Excellent. Let's get that pipe built. Once that's built, and all of this is finished being built, which needs concrete blocks, which is going to be a problem because we're using all the concrete blocks. Let's pause this for a minute just so we can start storing some concrete blocks. I might even say output to belts if it's below, what does that say? 20? Let's say 40 because we need 40 for that bit. And we might as well just unpause that, okay. Because we are using probably quite a lot of parts. Yeah, a couple of hundred there. That one's tapped out. That one's tapped out. Well, that's good to know. We also have the exhaust here, because these currently generate exhaust. I might do like a temporary part. There's a lot of temporary things going on, isn't there? So over, yeah, I don't want to do anything until that's all built. But we can Unity that. And we can Unity that. There's no point in waiting. Let's get it built. If we've got the Unity and we've got the parts, let's get it built. It is slowly bringing slag. Oh, it must have actually produced something. It must have actually done a run. Oh, nice. Nice. Although it's only 6 slag, which is slightly confusing. The slag's going to go down there. That's being told to keep empty. That's fine. Limestone has flown in everywhere. And you've got a fresh little bit of sulfur coming out. Oh, that's exciting. That's exciting. We are waiting for those to get built, but it looks like they have most of the parts. Don't Unity boost them. That's not what I wanted. Excellent. What's the deplete? How much depleted steam does... Oh wait, no, I've done that. I do need all 4 of them, don't I? Because they make 48 depleted steam, and this handles 24 each. So I do actually need those built as well. So that makes 48 water to 48 depleted steam. It does 24 to 12. So it's about half our water. It's about 50% water loss. That's okay. The flattenator has no available place to dump products. I do not believe you. I simply do not believe you. I mean, come on. You are... What are you trying to do? You're trying to go to any of those places, but you can't get there. In what possible world can you... Oh, I see. Because somehow you've got yourself stranded on a hill, you absolute clown. Struggling to find a destination. Did you just come out of... Oh, because I just recovered you. I see. I was like, where did you come from? Right, and then these make 36 exhaust each. So we are going to slowly go around, delete. We're going to get a Mark 1 pipe. We're going to connect that pipe up to here. We are going to Unity. We are going to delete. We are going to Unity. We're going to get a Mark 1 pipe ready. And we're going to connect that to that and that to that. I'm not going to worry about the ghost ones for now. So we're going to come over here. Just to check, still 36. So we are going to... Wait, did I Unity that pipe? I did not. Did not build that pipe. Everyone's shouting at their screens there. So we're going to delete that. We're going to Unity that. We're going to get a Mark 1 pipe. And we're going to Unity it. We are going to delete that. We're going to Unity it. We're going to get a Mark 1 pipe. And we're going to Unity it. We also have exhaust from these, which make another 36. So guess what we're going to do? We're going to delete. We're going to Unity. We're going to delete. We're going to Unity. I'm getting impatient, so we're going to speed things up. We're going to do that. We're going to Unity. We're going to get a Mark 1 pipe. We are going to do that. We're going to Unity. And then we're going to delete Unity, delete Unity, delete Unity, delete, Unity. Yes, I know it needs output to an exhaust. I'm working on it. You can see I'm working on it, game. Then Unity, 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 Unity. I built that one, I built that one, I built... not that one. Okay. So that is all of that done. Air pollution is going to be a thing of the past. We're going to delete, delete, Unity, Unity. And then pipe. And pipe. And Unity, Unity. And we're going to go along to here. Here it is, these two, which are slightly further away. They also make 36. So do I just do one Mark II pipe joining them together? Unity, Unity. Mark I pipe. No, it's not going to like that. We can bring it over here. Unity. And we can connect this one. Well, that one goes up the middle. That's fine. Unity. Could probably make those a little bit prettier, but the main thing is they are down. So we will need to remember that if we do any more, we will need to belt that in or pipe that in manually. But it looks like all the exhaust is now coming over here. We are seeing exhaust in this pipe. We are seeing exhaust in this pipe. It is going to these two. We're getting a little bit of slag. We're getting the water usage, which should be fine. We're just waiting on more exhaust to come in. It's already running one lot. Oh, it's beautiful. That has... it says it's 200, like 180 out of 201. Are we already maxing out that pipe? Oh, that needs to be higher. It's just about big enough those to get through at the moment, but we're going to have to raise that up at some point. So we should be seeing more sulfur in the system. We are not full of rubber, so a lot of the sulfur is probably going to the rubber still. So we've got sulfur, which is going to come around here. It's going to very slowly, we can see it there, make its way through the system. It's not going to here. It's going to keep going up here, and it's going to keep going into the storage and going around, and it's going to first go into there. Until this fills up, it's not going to... why? Why no sulfur? Oh, because it's... yeah. Fool. Yes, I see why. Yes, until this fills up, we're not going to see sulfur start building up, but I'm hoping this will start producing more sulfur and we'll start seeing more of that done. Pillars may collapse due to uneven terrain. Yep, I can see what's happened there. Let's go from here to here. Unity it, please. Come on, you can do it. Oh, no, don't do that. Unity that. Cool. That will hopefully help that, although that pipe is looking a little bit precarious there. So they have managed to get down there and they are happily digging that out again. That is all fine. No designations to be mined. Oh my word, Flatinator, you are just a joy to behold. Look at how much you have done. Look at what you have wrought upon this world. Oh, don't know what happened there. Clicked all the buttons. And then there's a little bit more there. Might as well trim that up. And while you're at it, trim that up. I don't really want to go in that direction so much because that's where the water is. But there's plenty to keep you busy for now. But look at that beautiful flat landscape. Could not store that after harvest. More pillars about to collapse. Where are we? Oh, it is at the flattenator. It's because they took that little bit out there. So let's do there to there. Unity that. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Please connect. Please wait while we try to disconnect your call. Why are you not there? I'd rather you didn't go around that way. Yes. Beautiful. Thank you. So that is still pumping lots of water down here. So much so we could probably think about pausing a couple of these. Just to ease the load on this. Although, do you know what? Actually, we're doing all right. I'm not going to bother. I'm not going to bother. We've researched chicken farms. Yeah, chicken farms. We've finally got this built. We started that ages ago. This is looking great. And the only other thing we could do is we could take... Where is this? It's here. So if I delete this and Unity this... And we're going to have the world famous Antz temporary pipe. World famous, I say. I dare you to prove me wrong. I'm going to follow this belt because the other pipe work is quite busy. We're going to bring that up there. And we're going to find a way for you to connect in here somewhere. You're going to go there. And we're going to Unity you. Now, I've only built a Mark 1 pipe. They only export 9, 18, 36. That's fine. So that is all of our exhaust taken care of. So if we ever... I don't know if it'll really notice. Oh, look at that. So we've gone from producing about, what, 200 on average? We are down to... it doesn't tell us anything. Why is that so vastly different to that? I don't know. Maybe because that does it... I don't know. But yes, we have gone from about 200 on average. We were averaging like 300 at some point, but that changed. We are now down to like maybe 43, maybe 100. So we've at least halved our air pollution, which is going to be brilliant for our people. Another one. So let's fix this, and then we're pretty much going to call it a day. So it's been a very waste or exhaust scrubbing heavy time. But that's to be somewhat expected when that was our goal. There was a lot of work to go into it. I guess it's because they're digging out and it's causing little mini landslides. It's why you have to keep pushing it further and further back. Maybe I should have built it somewhere more suitable. Maybe. Who knows? Awesome. We have our exhaust scrubber. It is busy burning away that carbon dioxide. Ideally, we would do something with that. Like I said, you can use the groundwater injector or the ground injector to put it into limestone deposits. I don't know if you then dig that limestone out, it then causes a massive release of CO2. Not sure. But at some point soon, we'll be using that to turn it into graphite. So for now, I'm just going to leave it doing that. How is the sulfur doing? It's not really backing up as much as I was hoping. Maybe if we just leave it all running. There is more on the belt than there was before. It is slowly building up on this belt. So that's the sulfur that's gone through the system up to here. We're going into here when we can. Everything else is getting put into this, and we're slowly getting more and more on this belt. Once that belt is basically full. No, it's when that belt's full. Anyway, it'll sort itself out, hopefully. We will hopefully have more sulfur. We'll be able to turn back on the fertilizer, because we are just using all of our fertilizer at the moment. I'm assuming... yeah, it's pretty much all going back into the system. I don't know of a better way of doing that. The way I think it should work is we'll have fertilizer coming in here, coming into these. Now, it could be because we've got more fertilizer than these pipes can handle. Because we've got 200 pipe there. So that would in theory be causing a bottleneck, but we should back that up faster. Oh, so we are getting fertilizer going down there. Okay, that's cool. That's what I wanted to see. So we are getting to a point where fertilizer is not getting pushed back into the system, and it is occasionally being pushed down these pipes and into here. Right now there's nothing in there, which is what I want to see, really. We have 0 fertilizer too, but that is entirely expected because we've disabled the sulfur input. There is something here complaining. Oh, nutbags. So I built this as close to this as I could, but I've built it so close that it is not able to output copper from there. So this is going to have to shove over one tile, which is going to start causing us problems. It's going to start causing us problems. We're also going to have to shove it... oh, it's going to ruin the symmetry. I can't do that there at the moment because there's too much stuff in the way. Oh! Egypt! Egypt! And I don't want to delete all of that to move it because it's got all these pipes, belts going through it, and it's going to be a bloody nightmare. It's going to be a bloody nightmare. Oh well. Live and learn, eh? Live and learn. So, this looks like it is running quite healthily. The water is full. This is ticking down, but it's doing pretty well. It's doing pretty well. We've got more sulfur coming out of there. Awesome. Let's have a little look here. Yeah, there's a good amount of sulfur on that belt. What we really need is the rubber to fill up. And this is already full. Obviously, trucks will be taking stuff out of it when they can. We probably want to keep tell trucks to keep that empty, but then do we need to tell them to keep it empty? Because this is already being told to fill up. That should be told to be at 60. That should be told to be at 60. It is. We don't really need to tell them to keep that empty. So I'm going to get rid of that. And then they'll just pick it up when they need to. We've had a lovely limestone delivery. We couldn't store all the vegetables. That's fine. I don't care too much. We are working on the food packing, something we are nowhere near being able to do. And what we really need to keep an eye on... oh, these are running, which means we've had hydrogen and these have burnt. Because these are the only ones which produce depleted steam. So we must have had hydrogen come into the... oh, yeah. Our hydrogen belt is full. Our fuel gas isn't, but our hydrogen is. That's amazing. So we'll burn any extra hydrogen which comes in these. But hopefully we'll get to a point where we're not burning these, we're burning these and we're getting excess hydrogen. So it looks like my assumption that we're just waiting for this system to sort of prime itself is right. It's just taken a long time to get there, which probably makes sense because these belts can hold Lord knows how much. Lord knows how much. So, I mean, this is a Mark 1 pipe, 60 throughput, and it's holding about 180. And some of these belt pipes go like around here, plus around here. So that can hold about 3 times its throughput. It's at least that, and these pipes are 200, so we need at least 600 hydrogen to be in the pipes before we'll consider even burning it. So it's going to take a while to get there. It's going to take a while to get there, but it's all looking good. Just make sure that nothing is... diesel's backed up, but that's fine. Naphtha's backed up, that's fine. Although the naphtha, yeah, the naphtha there that's backed up should be going into this to burn with steam to make the fuel gas. The sour water is backed up. Or not enough input. I guess that's fine. You'll have some soon enough because that's already burning. I'm just really checking to make sure the outputs aren't blocked and we haven't got some silly thing happening. No, we look fine. I mean, that one is blocked, but yeah, all right. Cool. Oh, this one's actually got some organic fertilizer coming in. So we've actually had organic fertilizer delivered over here at some point. That's good. That'll make us a little bit more fertilizer to go into these tanks. Sweet. So, a nice productive day. We've had a little extension built onto our oil refinery where we are now processing or scrubbing all of the exhaust, turning it into sulfur, CO2 and low-powered steam. The steam we are currently turning into water, but it is an additional potential power source if we need it in the future. And let's just have a little look over here again. Oh, yeah, it's just... Do you know, I thought my electric was going then. I thought it was about to blow my PC up. Yeah, so we've gone from having about 200 down to having about 70-ish. That's massive. That is absolutely massive. So our air pollution has dropped hugely. It was pretty much up with water pollution at the time. But it's dropped by like at least 2/3, I think. So much so that we have flu and we are still health positive. How amazing is that? We have the flu going on and people are not going to die. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. Right, we need to finish up there. A cool, exciting video. We are past the point now where in my previous season, I got this sort of up and running, although I hadn't really dealt with hydrogen and stuff, but I'd got like the tier 3s and I think some of the naphtha cracking and I was using naphtha to make hydrogen. That was about where I finished though. I never got construction parts 4. I never got onto the next tier of vehicles. Vehicle parts 3, I'm going to assume it is. I did have recycling. I never used the large ore sorter. I never did exhaust scrubbing. So we're getting into stuff that's completely new to me, which is very exciting. So this is, again, gone off to get more oil before this was empty, which is fine. I have no issue with that. But if we're not processing the oil fast enough to empty this before this comes back, and we are prioritizing that oil, why are we using any of this oil? Probably just when we had problems, because actually it hasn't really gone down. It's fine, I take it back, don't worry about it, it's all good. So this is getting enough oil for us to go on with everything. Sweet. If you are enjoying this series, and by golly, we are on episode 25, so you must be, hit the like button, comment, subscribe, all those amazing, fantastic, sweet things. This was glass mix, we can get rid of that, and we can get rid of that. Awesome. I will see you next time in Captain of Industry, where we will do stuff. What stuff? It's a mystery. Are we going to see some of this start filling up? Oh, I saw that hydrogen, little bump in the hydrogen there. I saw that. I saw that. Not quite full anymore though. Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, really, what we also need is any of this to start filling up, because if we don't have naphtha or fuel gas, it'll burn the hydrogen for the steam. So, yeah, I don't know. Maybe we disable that for the moment and just rely on coal and wood chip? Don't know. Are we going to do that? Are we going to get water collectors all over here somewhere? Is the flattenator going to finish flattenating all this land? Are we going to plumb into the other oil source on this beach? Are we going to do something about our terrible food production setup, which would A, use up the food that's actually coming in, and B, produce more organic fertilizer to go back into the system so we can get more fertilizer 1, so we can get more fertilizer 2, so we can get more food, so we can get more fertilizer 1, so we can get more fertilizer 2, so we can get more food, and the loop continues. Maybe even thinking about changing some of our crops over. What are you complaining about? Oh, I couldn't store everything after harvest. Yeah, it's fine. We are getting rid of some of this, but yeah, that needs to be sorted. We also have the waste to do at some point. It's all going on. It's all going on. I will see you next time in Captain of Industry, and as always, thank you very, very much for joining me.